Hey everybody, how you doing on this nice Saturday? Glad some of you guys could show up. Need you to let me know if you can hear me, please. Gary's with me, and RJ is with us from the Philippines, or wherever he's at. He's somewhere across the world. Everybody can hear me, loud and clear. RJ, can you say hello to everybody so we know that they can hear you okay?
Hello, guys.
Gary is here from sunny Florida, still resting up and healing. But how you doing today, Gary?
Hey, I'm doing well as I can ask for. I mean, it's kind of a liquid sunshine today. It's all rain, but
Yeah.
it's still liquid sunshine.
Okay. Everybody here, say hello to Gary and hope you're doing well. Uh,
Appreciate it. I really appreciate all the prayers.
okay, great. So, Gary, how long ago did we begin on this journey?
The journey for support.
That's why we're
I'm gonna
here.
I'm gonna say this journey started 6.5 months ago.
Okay.
That's how much time we've invested into the support system. Yeah, because we felt at the time it was our biggest weakness we had, and so we wanted to try to make it be start to become a strength rather than a weakness.
So, this, what you're going to see today is not finished by any stretch of the imagination, but we wanted to give everybody a working model right now to increase support as well as through the chats. But RJ is going to go through what he and Karen have built with our developer over the last 6 months. And what we want you guys to do is to start to use it and test it. And I know Doss is here, so he'll be happy to put his, little hands together like an ant and figure out and say, yeah, good, something else that I can break. Okay. Um, so that's what we're looking for. And so I'm going to stop chatting here and we're going to let RJ, who, me? Yeah, you, um, go through what the process is. And what I've asked RJ to do for us is start the process as though you or he is going to act as you in terms of where you go, how you use it, what the process is. And if you have any questions when we are on a particular area, then I will stop him and we'll talk about that area at that moment. Okay, so it's going to be a little jittery for us to do that. By the way, just want everybody to know this is RJ's first ever webinar. So, Doss, let's not beat him up too bad, okay? All right, RJ, your show, buddy. Take off.
Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, guys. Whew. Yeah, as Patrick said, it was my first ever webinar in my life, and I'm getting nervous, but I think it's fine. So
You'll be
I
fine.
will start sharing my my desktop. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes, I can. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, by the way, good day. My name is Arson J. Mendoza. I'm from Philippines. You can call me RJ for short. And I've been working for Patrick for a couple months, 5 or 6 months, and I'm the one responsible for getting all the information or scraping the data out of the Skype forum, which you are talking. If ever someone asks and somebody also give answers, I will record it and put it in our doc, Word documents from Google. So, so let's start. As you see, this is the help center from the Ranking Store, which you may go to the support.therankingstore.com and you will see this. So, what's here? I would like to present the knowledge panel. So this is the knowledge panel. So all of the software are here. Not actually that you can download, but the I mean the the gathered information from the Q&A. So
let me explain what RJ's trying to say here. One of the tasks that we have given him to do is not only present in each of these categories: cloud accounts, content factory, G-Links, okay? So when you click in these particular areas, which he's going to do in a second and show you, one of the things I've asked RJ to do over the past months is when we're in each of our Skype rooms and in each of our products, you know, someone might ask a question, you know, how do you do this? Okay. And then, you know, maybe Terry or Keith or Doss or, you know, anybody that's in the room, you guys are awesome because you would give them, you know, a potential answer, you know, to that question right away. And so as you are asking questions and you are answering questions, that's one of the reasons why I asked a couple weeks ago when we do that to put the little teacher icon button next to the answer that you give, because as you might imagine, RJ is kind of scanning all day long these sites, and he's taking the sites and information and then transferring it over. Okay. And so that alerts him to something immediately that he can focus on, copy and paste, and bring it over into the knowledge panel. You can imagine if you guys were trying to look at 7 different Skype groups every single day and trying to read every single thing, how helpful it would be if that was identified for an item that would be something that would go into the support. Okay. And so that's what he's trying to talk about here, is that he goes in every day, he looks for information, he looks for videos, he looks for things that you guys are talking about and answers to those things and brings them over into the knowledge panel. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Do you understand what we're doing and what we have him doing for us as he's building this out? Okay, Edward, it's just great. Okay.
So again, bear with me, guys, because I'm getting nervous. So let's start with the main
I take care of my guys.
Yeah. So let's start with the main categories. As you can see, each product of the ranking store are here. So let's take a look at Backlink Factory. So each category has its own subcategory, which are divided or all the information on different topics. We have here the general topic, resources, support, tips and tricks, and the tutorials. So here are 28 articles counted, and these are the common topics that are being asked regularly from new customer or clients that are in the group. And I recorded it. I will put it here because this is just a common topic. So as you can see, this is the inside of the information I've gathered. So this is the question and this is the answer. I labeled this a Q&A. These are the threads that happen inside Skype. So let's take a look at it. So this is probably the questions. When I try to open the BLX software, I get a browser window that is asking to log in the Backlink Factory Google account. So this is the whole thread. I mean, this is the whole topic. So this is the question, this one. And then the images was cut because I don't want to include those other topics that was not related to the question. So these are threads by threads until the end of the topic is finished. That's all I covered. So you can see the threads over here and the question and answer. So not only that, you can also see the related articles referring to the DPS because it was tagged here. You can see it later on the other side of the page. And also here in the resources, this is also a Q&A, and it includes a resource inside these topics. Though it doesn't have a thread because the question was already there. And I mean, the answer was already there. And I just take out all the links that can be the source or the resources. So can anyone tell me what tool used to check local rankings? So the answer is these three. So I get the resource. You can take a look at it. And then the support. These are the common issues happens in the backlink factory. It's like, for example, the VPS doesn't have an antivirus not installed, but if you're using a laptop or a desktop, then you might get some issues. These are the information. So this is the threads also that may help you look at. Because if you are going on the Skype and the room is filled with new topics each day, you may lose the threads or the topic, which can be irritating to find somehow. That's why I made this type of idea to get the threads so that you can follow up on the topic what's going on. So this is for the categories. Get any question, Patrick? Hello?
Nope, they just think that what you're doing right now is awesome so far. Keep going.
Oh, okay.
So, well, let me ask you, let's do it this way, okay? So where do they have to go to get here? You see at the top.
Yeah, as of now, they can go to they just type in the support that therankingstore.com. As of now, this is it was not yet being
Public.
update because you don't need to log in as of now because it was not yet ready perhaps. It was not updated by TreePad, so right now you can do things like as you are logged in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, so just again, we want to give everybody a preview, and as you test this out and look at it, give us ideas and suggestions. I'm going to have Chris put this link in all of our softwares. So in every single one of them, there will be a support button, and you just will be able to click on that while you're in the software on your window, and it should take you right here to this. So let's say, for example, you get here and you search term. So let's do a test. Give us an example of a term that someone might come in and look for some information about, and they type in, enter your search term.
So, for example, we will looking for a specified threads or keywords. Let's just say, what's the best keyword? Let's say keywords. So these are the 10 listed results. It was, as of now, it was limited, and this will be updated in a few weeks or in the next month, I believe, because we will improve it. So in the search terms, you can, oh wait. Okay, sorry about it.
You're
In the
good.
search terms, Patrick?
No, I said, I mean, you're doing great. We just want to go through the process of when somebody comes here, they search for a term. They can either search for a term or they can go into one of the various accounts, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, in other words, type in the term API. How do I set my API? If somebody didn't know how to do their API and they came in here, you know, that may not be a good one, but we're okay. So
yeah, these are when you look for in the search term, it will not get the results specifically. All you just need to put is keywords or what you were looking for. For example, an API.
okay. Oh, there you go.
Then these are the results. API
Gotcha.
settings, scrapping related to API words.
Perfect.
But it is limited because, as I said earlier, it needs an update. So, what if you're you are looking for you're searching, but you're lacking of time and don't want to waste it and don't want to go into this thing. For example, I'm going to look for, let's go back to Backlink Factory. So 28 articles, these are just a title and we cannot see the what was in there. So what are we gonna do is we will go to the contact section, because if you are not sure or just can't find what you're looking for, perhaps you might find here. The main page and the contact page are quite the same. So there are other things that you can find here, just like that. For example, the API, though the results are 10, maybe we can get more here. For example, I have a question about how feature works. So let's say API. So the last time it was 10, and now there was more. So there's a difference between the main page or the help center and the contact us. So let's say, yeah, I'd searched this thing and then I could not find my answer. Then you just put it no. Did you find your answer to your questions? No. So let's go to the next step. Here, you can put your questions. So you just have to make a title. So let's say how to set up an API. Then I just don't know how to step by step. Or perhaps you can do a new name, a video for it. Then select a product, let's say API keys, the department, say support, full name, RJ, the priority will be high, create ticket. So this ticket will be brought into the admin section that we will be talked later on. So this is created ticket. Again, oh, I'm log in. Again, this is to show you that if you can find what you were looking for in the help center or furthermore on the contact, then you can submit the ticket.
Okay, now what happens when they submit the ticket?
The submit ticket will be in the admin. Whoever handles the, where is it? So I'm not part of the support ticket, and somebody will handle it because my job is for the knowledge base. Whoever is in charge in that particular software will be the one to answer your.
So as an example, right? We know that when we're dealing with GMB issues and questions, you know, Henrik is really the guy that's in charge of the GMBs and answering the questions and helped us build it. So he's got the best knowledge of that. So he'll receive the ticket. Now,
Yes.
Gary and I will receive the ticket. Karen will receive the ticket as well. But it's going to go for those that are most supportive of that particular area. Backlink Factory, Brian Cato, you know, has offered to take a look at those tickets to help out whenever he can, which is awesome, you know, from that, because from my perspective of seeing what people have done, he really understands it the best of anybody that I know. Matter of fact, he's actually doing training for people on Backlink Factory. Mere $50 to just get everything done and understand 100% how that is working short-circuited. So he's doing that. Karen will be backing up answers. I will be backing up answers. Licensing issues that come through, you know, those are going to be directed to, you know, myself and Gary, maybe Bryant. Traffic Factory, you know, all the tickets that have Traffic Factory are set to go to, you know, obviously Gary, myself, Karen, but particularly to Bryant. He's the specialist on that. You know, Content Factory issues will go to me specifically and Bryant. So, you know, you get the idea how we're trying to structure this. How can I get the backlink training? Just hook up with Brian Cato, K-A-T-O. He's in all of our rooms. Just connect with him and have a conversation with him. So that's how we're trying to structure this. And, you know, as you guys go through this and look at it from the processes that we've done, can you find your latest ticket to Shripad, the developer, so we can show everybody what the things are that we're working on, or just share with everybody, you know, what are we continuing to work on? Things that we found, little itty bitty bugs. So this is just so that everybody understands, this is pre launch, but we're launching it because the only way that we can build it properly is to have everybody's input on it. On a scale of 1 to 10, before you do that, RJ, how does somebody find a video that we might have in there?
Actually, in here, let's see.
Or images of
The
a
video
particular.
are here below, which is not yet updated. And your Shripad
Okay.
are doing his best to make this work. As of for now, it's not accessible. Though there are few that can be played, and most of them are not.
Okay. but they will be supported in the keyword search. So you could put in backlink factory video, or you just type in videos and then it gives you a list of all the videos to search that are in the system. Or do you put video keyword in there and it finds the videos in the system for that? Okay, I see what you're doing right there. Okay. API setting video. Okay. Syncing, creator. Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Does everybody see?
There are some videos that not really video, because as of the moment it was just like this, but later on after the updates, or there will be new ways to see the video.
And we're going to also add, all the videos and the webinars that we have from the past. We're going to start loading those into the knowledge panel as well, so that if you wanted to go to, IFTTT video 3, right? We're going to be building this whole knowledge base out with all of the webinars and all of the videos and all of the training, over the next couple months, as we do this as well. So, how to set up, your API, how to do this, how to do that. And we'll continue to make more tutorial videos along the way. How can I get the back? Oh, I already answered you, Sue. So based on what you see, in the raw right now, from 0 to 10, I think the commercial is you've come a long way, baby. It's only taken us 3 years to get here. But as we continue to grow, we want to make it, as much as I love Skype and I love the interaction and the instant communication, we are, as we grow, finding that there are lulls in the system and everybody, is participating, and we want to continue to do what we're doing. It's not that we're going to stop, but if somebody comes to the knowledge panel to find an answer and they can't find it, and then they go back into Skype, it's going to be maybe a little bit easier and a better flow for, what we're trying to accomplish over time. So, with that in mind, where do you think we are on a scale of 1 to 10 at the moment from what we shared with you? And I know you really can't give me a great answer simply because you haven't been through it, right? But, just give me an idea. Are we, halfway there, 50% there? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Thumbs up, thumbs down? 9, usage will increase the value here. The challenge is to regularly scrub out information on aspects that change over time. Brian, yeah, that's true. And this is what, RJ is on the staff. He's a full-time hunter, okay? And he's going through each and every single room each and every day, to pick the information up to bring into the knowledge panel to build this up as much as possible. So, I think, we should all send them a tip, because I don't mean how to make money online as a tip either. But, this is an arduous job. And, he 10 plus from Dan Smith on the concept. Awesome. Thank you, RJ, for your hard work. Taking one for the team. Yeah, he takes one for the team every day. And so, we really want to make sure that we keep them. Let's see, is the password protected so people as the likes of blank blank can't find and exploit all that is there? So yes, I believe the passwords are protected. Nobody can see them, except in our back office database. So I will actually get a confirmation, Manny, for you on that from the developer, just to make sure. Edward says the idea is amazing at the moment. and the idea is already a 10. Keyword factory. What do you mean, Rand? Keyword factory. I'm not sure I understand the question. You want to test the system under the word keyword factory? Just type in keyword, what you get. There you got keyword. Well, keyword factory is not going to necessarily be there, but it may be under just keyword, right? So you see translation tool, iframe, keyword search, keyword research tool. So go down into keyword research tool, translation factory latest software version is right there, right in the middle. See it? Right there. So trying to make it simpler is using the high level keyword, the single keyword, backlink, GMB, and then from there you can drill down what we have so far. And if you don't see, so RJ, go over once again, you've already got Backlink Factory version 24 in there. So we're already starting that process. But if somebody doesn't see what they want there, where do they go from here to get more information? Or to give a support ticket?
So I'll just add important information. Yeah, I'm glad that you appreciate my, even though I'm staggering at the moment because I'm nervous and being first time. So there are lots to see in this platform, or so-called knowledge panel. For example, in the additional information, there are pretty much interesting articles here. For example, tips and tricks. You can see the title is not good at the moment because I myself doesn't know what would be the best title, but it's not about the title, it's about the article that you will read. For example, everybody knows Alan Smith. So lots of topic that comes from Alan is always already recorded here, because we believe that Alan is a very valuable member of the Skype, and so he's a great man. I read his just like this, from information, from strategy, then tips and tricks, which are tips and tricks. There you go. Audio tracks, page spin, history worker site, and more information. There are lots to see in this knowledge panel, though I cannot express furthermore because I'm being nervous as of today. And if you're looking for a tools and resources, you can click over here. Advanced Net Extractor, code for legal pages, image converter, and more. Also the webinars here, the info or information from Karen, IFTTT rings, and Cora webinar replay. All the webinar that is very important are here. It's recorded. And that's more. Promo and discounts here. Save 90% on tool capture from the admin, from Brian, from Patrick, and yeah. So there are lots to see here, and as of now, I just can't explain how or how will you see. But just if you just try to explore, you can see. And some of you are new, so you can see the tutorials. We always look for tutorials so that we can learn. Here is the main tutorials of the, what to say, where they were where they recorded all the
main webinar, right?
Yeah, webinar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can see it here from the authority down to the uninstaller, which is the tools from the side. So you can see it here. These are updated weekly. because every week I scrape the Q&A, and then after, let's say, Friday, I will put it in here in the knowledge panel. So where did I do that? I put it here in the knowledge base. This, as of now, for example, I will add a new article. So I'll just give the title. I will just share a brief of what I'm doing. So this is where I put all the gathered information from the Skype, detailed. Yeah. These are all the information gathered. I think how many pages are here? 32. It's still been loading. I think this is 700 plus pages worth of data that I've gathered from the Skype. So I just put it here.
I think we ought to make this one a paid version. Alan's messages should be, a tip jar and paid. That's a lot of freaking work to do, but
yeah, correct. I don't know if that's correct idea. So if you see, let's say type Alan. So there you go. Motivation, resource, strategy, the tips. You can find it here. There are other because I found that Alan is a very he share information. What I see is very valuable because others see and appreciate very much of Alan's ideas. So I just put it here, and it's not just Alan. There are some also. So you can find it here in the additional information from the motivation also. He also got it. We have from Leon and Patty, Madge, and Richard. So not just that all, but you can see, just explore, guys. I believe that you can find information here, not just this short presentation, but if you dig deeper, you can find it. It's like looking for gold. Oh, by the way, for the video tutorial, on the list of tutorial software, I will explain to you. This is a PDF. This is separated. This means these are all PDF. So let's say authority checker tutorial. So this is PDF mode. And then if I go to video, just click video. So these are also video. From YouTube. It has a link. I just separated so that you will find it easy. And if you are looking for the whole or overall tutorial, so this is it. You can see it here in the main page. The reason is why you cannot search all in the search term because it was all limited. And I have talked to Patrick that we should improve this, just like this in contact page. Let's say keyword, you can only see about 10, but in the contact, say keywords, it's like that. You can see a lot more. We will just need to update and make use of it. And the video was not here yet. The images also, we have the idea of, instead of clicking this and then going outside of the the knowledge panel, instead we will just put it some images here, actual images. So
we're working on trying to create a database of images within there, or having our own repository specifically, that's for us.
Yeah. So just for now, but if you have as you can see, you can also go into the feature request. For example, for the software that you are working on, and let's say you have something in mind that make the software good, or just share some ideas, so you can jump it and so you just jump here in the feature request. And so for example, you are requesting for a let's say improvement on the knowledge base, just like this, as we're doing today. So let's say, for example, let's create a title called knowledge panel improvement. And then this description, let's just say, please make a video to be able to maximize, because the featured video here is cannot be maximized. So let's just say this is the period that you are looking for. So just RJ. So and then just click submit. So
if they have a file, RJ, if they have a video example or an image, they can choose a file and upload it, right?
Yeah, you can click. Oh, I don't have a file in this one. So they can put the files if they want something, or they can a list, which is like building a list. Then they want just like this, detail by detail also. So they can upload it here. So the feature request is here. You can give ideas or improvement, and when you submit it, we can also get here in the feature request in our, so that we can see. So this is my request, and we will work on it if it's possible.
So how do people vote up and on a particular request? They just click on the up arrow and it gives them a upvote?
Correct. And if you want, let's say, also this is a great idea. And if I read in this, okay, add select box to the image task. So this is the sample of the request that they wanted to be in the SAS images, SAS templates, I mean. So they will just upload it. So they just click upload here, which means it will write in the the priority. You say, oh, it has many votes. It means that the clients or the people from the knowledge panel love to see this update sooner, so they can suggest that.
Cool. What do you guys think? You like that? Like it a lot? Fantastic. Looks great. You know, I think the issue with all of this is it's going to take time. We are kind of very used to what we do, right? Thanks, Bernd. Really appreciate it, man. So, you know, at some point, this is where we want to go first, and then we go to Skype second. You know, it's going to kind of stop a little bit of, you know, for me, the excitement, chatter of having conversations. And, you know, you still can have your conversations about certain things within Skype. Will we be able to share links in the Skype group to specific areas of the knowledge base to help others? That's a great question, RJ. How would you answer that? So the answer, in other words, in the support area, you go and you get the answer to the question, right? And if somebody's looking for it, they could get it. But how do I look for it and then copy that link or copy that information in Skype to help somebody else who maybe couldn't find it in the knowledge panel. Do you understand the question?
I was lost. Pardon. Because I was looking for the question.
No.
Oh,
It's it's right there, fourth from the bottom. But go back to one of the answers to a question. Just go to keyword, go into something, and pick up. And I want to look at something. Okay, let's go into keyword, go into translation factory tools, training. First one. Okay, now the question is, how would we send this link right here for this answer? How do we send that to somebody in Skype that's looking for this answer but doesn't know how to get it, but I'm willing to look it up for him and send him a link to the knowledge panel? Can we do that? And if not, we need to add it to the list.
yes, we can. Just
How do we do that?
Clickable link. This is a clickable link, and if I right click, we can copy the link and then put it in the Skype, so that, for example, we just put here. So this is the result. You just need to copy the link and then send it to the one who's looking for a certain answer.
Awesome.
Yeah. Wherever you go, there's always these guides. Then after that, just again copy the link and then send it to Skype, and that's all. It's just easy. Or you can just copy this and then put it in the notes. It's just the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Tip: add to any tool what is the last version. It will help to know. Yeah, we're working on that, Rand. Great idea. Most of it from some point future, most all of the updates are going to be automatic updates from now on. So you're not going to have to look for the version. It's just going to refresh, and when you open up the software, it's going to automatically open it up to the new version. Chris is working very hard on getting that all done at the moment. Hang on. Go ahead, RJ. I got to take this call real quick.
As for now, the version is, I'm still looking forward to the other team regarding on the version, because if we automatically update the version and there may be something goes wrong and you wish to get back to the older version, that I will look for it, because as of now I can only record what's the latest. So as of now, this is the Backlink Factory version. Strange, I can click it. And even if the version is older version, if it's available, I will just put here for.
I'll make sure that we always have the last. I'd say the last two versions, last two working versions of all softwares in each area for each of the programs and products that we have, so that if the update that you get has an issue, here's the place that you report it right away, right? And if it's not resolvable, immediately by you, you can always just put your latest version in that did work. I just have to, admit, one, and two, ask for forgiveness later, that sometimes Chris puts a new working version in the tester room, and if it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm not thinking, and somebody asks me for the most latest version, I might actually put the latest version and give that to them, which has not actually been tested yet fully. And, you know, so those are mistakes that I make just from being tired. And, but hopefully with this new knowledge base that we have, we're not going to run into too many of those faux pas that I tend to make just because I work 22 hours a day, and sometimes I make mistakes. So it's just the way that is. But yeah, I think in the next 60 days, this should really become pretty clean and very, very effective, especially with all of you that are willing to go in there, one, and look around just to play around and give us ideas and examples, and two, actually use it for questions and answers that you're looking for. And then when you don't find what you want, you can leave a message. And where do they leave a message? Contact us?
Yes, contact us here.
Okay.
If they can find what you're looking for,
okay,
for example, keyword, and they have searched it all and they cannot find it, you just click this no button and then next, and then here you can put in your queries.
Okay.
And then create a ticket. Then the ticket will be sent in our support admin. So your ticket will be here, and the assigned person or the department will be the one who answers.
Okay. Cool. I don't want to belabor it. I don't know that there's much more we can go through at the moment. We know how to get videos. We know where we can get images. We know how to, use the high level keyword, to start testing. And, and of course, when this evolves a bit more, there will be a tutorial on how to use the knowledge base. There you go. Awesome, 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 Brian. So that's exactly right. Once we get to that point, we will go through bit by bit by bit by bit by bit and have the knowledge base with its own tutorial, right? Good
because
point.
Some of them might forgot, then maybe, oh, it's hard for me to scroll or read back read. Maybe I just go to the knowledge panel and to see if the topic was there. And I believe it will be here, and you will find it easily. Because just like from Alan, example, his strategy. If you're looking for a thread for his strategy, it was here, and I believe most of you will look here to find and get some information, because I believe Alan's will be this is very much valuable to others.
Awesome. Well, I know I'm going to just kind of wrap this up by saying I know that a lot of you are awesome. Everyone's awesome about helping in the Skype groups, and that's the community that we built, and we don't want to lose that. So, the more that we can help people by utilizing this process, and then maybe, using the Skype to have more discussions on how you're doing things, what's working, what's not working, not answering, like Doss said, just having the versions and, that on the knowledge panel should stop some of the chatter about that. But you guys know there's something called the lazy factor, right? And no matter what we do, there's going to be people that are going to come in here, even knowing that the knowledge base is here, and say, hey, what's the most recent version? And your answer could be, go to the knowledge panel and find it, or help them out. It really is up to you on how you want to handle that situation. Some people might just want to continue to push people to the knowledge panel and keep the Skype pings to a lower level. Like I said, me personally, I love all of the interaction in the groups and the conversations about what to do, how to do it, you know, recipes, help people to solve problems that may not be in the knowledge panel. So let's not give that up at the moment. Just a couple, any last questions for RJ? Use the, I will not repeat that, DOS. It's okay. I get you. So, couple things on the horizon that we have to really kind of think about and concern ourselves with is that it looks like Microsoft is going to start playing some really nasty games with Skype, and so we really now have to make some choices on how we're going to continue in the future. So I am playing with three platforms right now. I've set up a Microsoft Teams account, and I'm also waiting to set up my corporate Facebook account, which is not regular Facebook. It's a completely different product. And those are the two that, no, I'm not going to use Telegram. Well, that doesn't mean I can't try it. You know, if somebody wants to, you know, have a conversation with me and call me and show me how to use it and how it would be helpful for us, I'm certainly willing to take a look at that. Because I do think in my readings and Skype for Business is kind of going away. And I don't really know, but I think most of our Skype groups are going to be classified as Skype for Business. And I think by the end of the year, Microsoft is wanting to deprecate those out in some way, shape, or form over to Microsoft Teams. So, you know, that's where we're looking to go. If anybody is using Teams yet, I'd greatly appreciate, you know, conversation. Brian Cato gave me a software that kind of connects a couple of these things together. I'm not sure if Teams is part of that connection. Maybe he could check that out and see if it is, because that would also produce another possibility for us. But so for all you Skype haters, you know, you're going to probably end up getting your wish here pretty soon. And for all of us that love it, you know, I will do my best to try to keep that community and integrity the way that it has been and how we've grown over the last 3 years. And we certainly could not have grown anywhere near the way that we have without you guys. Hi, Pat, I like that you came back to the open to listen to the Telegram. I have no idea, but it's great to associate with a group of open-minded people. Yeah, I mean, you know, thanks Fitz on that. Gary and I don't shut our doors to anything. You know, our whole goal is to find out what's going to work best for everybody as a whole. And even though we've continued on this Skype environment for going on 3 years, you know, some people don't like it, but everybody kind of comes back to it. And so we're gonna see what we can do. It's evolution. It's what happens, and we got to roll with the punches, and we'll give and present some options, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, cool. I am going to put a link for a tip jar for RJ in, you know, all the rooms, and you know, anything from nickels, dimes, pennies, dollars, 10s, 20s, 30s, 50s, you know, whatever. Just something to share, you know, your excitement, even if $1, you know, remember dollars goes a long way in the Philippines, but we're not trying to make so much money for RJ that he wants to leave, but I do want us to share his appreciation, although we do pay him every week, mostly on time. Mostly on time, right, RJ? Mostly. Mostly. Yeah, say yes. Yeah. Mostly. Not all the time. Yeah. I get so busy sometimes I forget. But anyway, we appreciate your work. If you're looking at the comments in here as organizer, you can see that, everybody is excited and really appreciate, the effort that you put in as, rewarding your effort with people's appreciation is always, the best reward that we can get when people appreciate what you do. Okay.
By the way, thanks guys for bearing with me. It's not really easy for the first time though, but thank you for appreciating.
How do you think RJ did for his first webinar ever? A 10? What do you think? And Doss, no, you can't say he did better than I did. It's just not acceptable. All right, you see all the answers coming in?
I didn't see the answers.
Well, this is the actual perfect answer, right? If we hadn't said this was your first webinar, we would not have known you did amazing.
I didn't see that coming.
Okay, so I'm reading it right, the last one that came in from Brian. Thank you guys. Have a great day coming up this week. If I get everything done, we've got Pin Factory launching. We've got driving directions associated with Pin Factory launching. If I get around to it, I'm going to present a kind of unique opportunity that's not related to what we do with my VIP deals that we've created. We've got a really, really, really cool webinar coming up with Mike Martin this week on his leads program, which I think is amazing. What else do we have coming up this week? What's in the hopper that's not coming up this week is we have a secret group that is now currently working on a really interesting, I'm going to say Titanic level of a new schema tool that's just out of this world to be added to our schema group. That's going to be a bit away, but we're doing that every single day, testing that. For those of you that are in the SAS image or PDF factory, we've now migrated, and it looks like the migration has taken place. So if it looks a little bit funky for you, when you now log in for the image SAS or the metadata PDF tools that you may have, you just now go to metadata.com. We've rebranded all of our meta tools into metadata.com. When you get there, there'll be a banner on the top that says, if you're an SEO image factory, please check here, and we'll redirect you directly to the new page. And your login should work. If they don't, you should be able to then do a password reset. And I felt it was easier for us to have everything under one house as opposed to, these strings everywhere. And so it's taken us about 3 weeks to do that, but that has now been completed. Rip-off report thingy. DOS, we're trying to wrap that up. Rip-off is throwing us a couple curveballs in terms of the API that we're using. Gary knows more about that probably than I do. If Gary's still here, he can address that. Sometimes his battery goes dead. 2 other products that we're working on is the affiliate program that Gary's been working on for a long time, and then he has another secret group working on a YouTube program that we will begin to start developing as soon as our schema platform is complete. And I'm going to go to, let me ask this question. I know there's not very many of us here today, but I still want to know. How many of you guys own Content Factory? Just give me a 1 if you own it, 2 if you don't. Okay, 1. Yeah. Okay, great, awesome. So how many of you guys that own it haven't used it in a while? Just say yes, or me, or 1, or whatever, right? Okay. Brigitte, can I pick on you? Brigitte was on our, I don't care, she can yell at me, but she gave us, if you guys go into Traffic Factory, Brigitte, when I was doing a webinar the other day, I talked about Content Factory and how cool it was, and it was working great. And she says, "You're full of crap. You know, I use this thing and it doesn't work for crap. I stopped using it a long time ago." And so, you know, that was kind of like, okay. I just ran a Content Factory the other day and got, you know, 179 articles. What are you doing wrong? And so I said, okay, after we're done with this call, you call me and, you know, let's see what's cooking. And so for those of you guys that are like Brigitte or haven't used it for a while because you didn't think it was working very well, I would encourage you to go back in and try it again. And would you guys like me to do a training demo this week on Content Factory? You know, just give me a 1 if you would like it. I can't continue to do all of these independent one-on-ones. It's just kind of crazy. So I will. Okay, great. A lot of people said yes. It's awesome. I mean, to quote Brigitte in short form, she said, "It was lost and now found, and now I gotta have it." That's the short of her testimony in the Traffic Factory room. I hope you don't mind me sharing that, Brigitte. It's just fun to have that opportunity to share with you and show you some of the new things that we've done and the upgrades that we've done. And so I'll set up a webinar this week for Content Factory. Did it change, or did I not understand correctly? Did what change? Yeah, Brigitte said, "Yep, that's pretty much what I said." Cool. All right. Yes, it's changed. Content Factory has changed over the last 3, 4, 5 months for those have been away for a while. And there's some new features that we've added, you know, in that process. I mean, when I was sharing with Brigitte the things that we're doing, she's like, "I never saw that. I never saw that. That wasn't there before. Oh my gosh, you can do all that now." And so and also, here's the next question. And I'm not pitching stuff. I'm just curious. How many of you guys have Traffic Factory? Right? All right, cool. A lot. Now, the next question is, how many of you use Content Factory to build your content for Traffic Factory? Give me a 2 if you don't, 1 if you do. I used to, not anymore. It's a piece of crap. Okay, no, everybody's a 2. Brigitte, I will from now on, you betcha. Okay, so here's the thing. You always hear Bryant with a T talk about the lines, the text lines and random lines, right? All of that in Traffic Factory, what he's getting, as I showed Brigitte the other night, he's getting all of that from the content that we developed from Content Factory. So they are both hand-in-hand products if you want to use them properly, okay? So enough said. I'm going to do a webinar this week. I'll get Bryant, and he and I and Richard will do it this week and show you all the new cool things and some training that some ideas that we've had for that. Cool. I used those previously. I like the word previously, Mr. Mike. Now it's going to be all the time when you see what we can do. All right, great. Any last questions? Really appreciate you guys popping in here today and helping us launch this for you guys. And have a great day. Have a safe day. Stay out of the cities, at least if you're in the United States. And we'll talk to you this week. RJ, thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate it.
Thanks very much.